I'm Dan Galusha and welcome to another edition of Shoot and Plink. Today we're back with part 2 of our test and evaluation of the Smith and Wesson MP15-22. This shoots 22 LR if you've seen part 1 when we were talking about the comparison of this to the regular M&P 15 AR-15 sport version of this. It's also a Smith and Wesson, which, like I said, watch part 1 and you'll see that, and I also showed you how to do some maintenance on it as far as tearing down and all that sort of stuff. Well, today we're going to fire it for the first time, and I really don't know how it's going to work. I'm giving it an extra test. I did not load 1200 or more velocity. I loaded the regular standard CCI, which is at 1070. And we're going to see how that cycles through this. I hear this thing will eat a lot of different ammunition, but I guess some of it's a little bit spooky on it, certain brands. So the CCI has had a very, very good report with this, as it does with most guns, and so I'm kind of anxious to see if this lower velocity, standard velocity I should say, will work, because like I said, it's only 1070. It may not cycle. We may have to grab something else. Another thing I have not done is I did not clean this gun prior to firing it. Normally, I tear them all apart. I make sure that this is all lubed up real good in the bolt and the barrel. I definitely clean that because there's usually a rust protective in that throws your accuracy off. It just doesn't shoot as well. So you always want to really go over your gun before you ever fire it. I didn't do that on purpose because we're going to see what it does. I did not adjust the sights. I didn't use the paper. We're going to plink. I don't know if you can see here, but I've got some plinking bottles set up, and those are all smaller targets, so we can see just how accurate this will be. Way back there, we got a 4-inch. The furthest one back is a 4-inch gong, and then we got a couple of 6s up here, and then we got those skinny bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to start shooting. So let's go at it. Pop up our sights. As you will remember, these are the Magpul sights, peep sight. So let's go shooting. Okay, they all fired, but I see that they're shooting just a little low. You can see that where it's hitting on the targets. You can see that as well. Maybe it's me or whatever. I'm going to load this up. I'm going to see. I probably need to adjust the sight just a little bit or pull it down. I can't see it as well. I may even put some white paint. Now right now, what we're going to do is we're going to reload this. That did cycle with that normal ammo. So that's pretty exciting right there. And later on in another video, probably part 3, we're going to be shooting different types of ammo and see how it does. And well, let me load this back up. I'm going to put 10 more rounds. I should have just put the 25 in to start, but I wasn't sure it'd work. So let's load her and we're going to shoot again. I got this loaded up again. I put just 10 rounds in it again, just like I did before. I'll move back here a little ways and start shooting at it again. I'm not going for real long distance shots right now first. I want to see how this thing is doing. I may be, like I said, it might be me that's doing this. We're going to find out. Because I'm seeing a lot of blur, but I've been having problems with my eyes, unfortunately. So let's go back here and start shooting again. Okay, that time around I fired that. I went back to 25 yards. I was gonna go to about 15, but I went back to 25, fired it, and just to see what would happen. And I hit the targets. It seemed like I must have missed on one there. Might have missed on that. But again, I'm shooting a little low. I can see that. And back there, I can tell on that one. I've got it up a little bit higher, but I'm definitely hitting low. And so I'm probably going to have to adjust this. The front sight's where I'm going to have to adjust that. I don't have any adjustment here. This is, by the way, your windage. I would say I'm right on that. And this is your windage adjustment right here. And up here, this is your elevation. You have to take this front sight and screw it up or down in order to adjust it. And that's what I'm going to have to do, and we're probably going to be doing that in another video, because I don't want to really mess with this a whole lot on camera while we're doing it. And I'll do it off camera, and then we'll see what happens. So anyway, we've seen that it did fire. It fired a lower velocity. It hit the targets. There was no doubt about that. I was hitting the targets, and at 25 yards, I was able to hit them too. So, you know, and I'm going to go back further. As you know, one of our parts, we are going to be firing this at 50 yards. And then also, like I said, we're going to be trying out different types of ammunition. We're actually going to drop to a couple of the quiet ones. One is a semi-auto, which you've seen before. Both of these are CCI. That one is around 845 feet per second, and it's got a larger grain bullet. I think it's like 45 grain, something like that. And the other one is the regular CCI quiet, which has got a 40 grain bullet, but it is at 710 feet per second. It's going to be interesting to see what that does. And like I said, that'll be in another part, and then we'll be firing some of the 1200 and some on up and see how those work. Okay, I've done a little bit of adjustment off camera. We're going to take a look, real quick look here. I've loaded a few more rounds, don't even know how many I've run. Hopefully we're going to hit this where it is, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, I'll grab one of those. I think you could see the little one back there. I was hitting it more in the center. So I'll grab this one over here. Definitely hitting it more up here, as you can see. Throw that down there. Didn't want to drop that on Pepper. My goodness, Pepper's standing there looking like, hey, I like the plinking, but don't plink it on my head, right? So now I'll show you what I did in order to adjust this. Right here on this sight, this thing turns, and it tells you even right here, up. Well, you want it to come up, so that's what you want to do. So you want to screw the sight downward. So you're turning it down this way, and that's what you do there. And then there's a little indentation that clicks all the way around. And that's how you want to do that. You want to get it down there, and it might even stand some little bit more tweaking. I don't know. But I'm not going to mess with it now. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.